So here's a second example for using the standard normal table and a given percentile, in this case the third quartile, to find the z-score and then determine the observation value, or x, that fits that criteria, okay? So in this problem, we have high levels of cholesterol in the blood increase the risk of heart disease. For 14-year-old boys, the distribution of blood cholesterol is approximately normal, with a mean of 170 milligrams per deciliter cubed and a standard deviation of 30 milligrams per deciliter cubed. What is the third quartile of the distribution of blood cholesterol? Okay, so third quartile means 75th percentile. Okay, so we're looking at, we've got our mean here at 50%, we've got another 25% to the right of that. So we're looking for the third quartile down. Okay, so third quartile again is the 75th percentile, which means we're looking for a proportion of 0.75. Okay, so we're going to use our table to find that value. Okay, so let's go to the table and see what z-score we get to correspond with that. Okay, so 0.75 in the table looks like we're going to be here between 0.7486 and 0.7517. Okay, now because we're only going to two places after the decimal, we're going to use the one that's closest to it. So I'm going to use this 0.7486. Okay, technically speaking, if you wanted to go to 3 decimals in your z-score, you could kind of go halfway in between these two to give you a more exact answer. Okay, but for now we're just going to use this 0.7486, which corresponds to a z-score of 0.6 and then 7, so 0.67. Okay, again, if you want to be a little more exact, you could go halfway between these two and call it 0.675. That would be just over 0.75 for our proportion. Okay, so let's go back to our document here. So we're going to use 0.67 as our z-score. Okay, let's get that to come up. All right, so our z-score is going to be 0.67. So let's plug that into our equation. We've got our z-score equals our observation value x minus 170 divided by 30. Okay, multiply both sides by 30. Okay, so that's going to give us 20.1 equals x minus 170. And then when we add 170 to both sides, we get our observation value. So x equals 190.1, okay? Our units are still going to be milligrams per deciliter cubed. So to fall into the third quartile, we would have a observation value of 190.1.